Today, I want to talk to you about two important topics that affect taxpayers in California: the tax filing extension and the middle-class tax refund. Both of these issues have significant implications for Californians, and I want to make sure that you have all the information you need to navigate them. Let's start with the tax filing extension. As you may be aware, the state of California has extended the tax filing deadline for individual taxpayers to May 16, 2023. This extension applies to all individual taxpayers, regardless of whether they live in California or outside of the state. The extension also applies to the payment of any taxes due for the 2022 tax year. This means that if you owe taxes for the 2022 tax year, you have until May 16 to make your payment without incurring any penalties or interest. This extension was put in place to provide some relief to taxpayers who may be struggling financially due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It also gives taxpayers more time to gather the necessary documentation to file their tax returns accurately. However, it is important to note that if you are due a tax refund, you may want to file your tax return as soon as possible. The IRS and FTB are still processing tax returns and issuing refunds, so filing early can help you get your refund sooner. Now, let's move on to the middle-class tax refund. This is a refund that was approved by the California legislature and signed into law by the governor in 2022. The refund is intended to provide some relief to middle-class Californians who may be struggling financially due to the pandemic. The middle-class tax refund is a one-time refund of up to $600 for individual taxpayers and up to $1,200 for married taxpayers filing jointly. To be eligible for the refund, taxpayers must meet certain income requirements. For single taxpayers, the refund is available for those with an adjusted gross income (AGI) of $75,000 or less. For married taxpayers filing jointly, the refund is available for those with an AGI of $150,000 or less. It is important to note that not all taxpayers will receive the full refund amount. The amount of the refund is based on a taxpayer's income and other factors. To determine your eligibility and refund amount, you should consult with a tax professional or use an online tax calculator. So, what do you need to know about the middle-class tax refund? First and foremost, you need to know whether you are eligible. As I mentioned earlier, the refund is only available to taxpayers who meet certain income requirements. If you do qualify, you will need to file a tax return in order to claim the refund. It is also important to note that the middle-class tax refund is a separate issue from the tax filing extension. The extension does not affect your eligibility for the refund or the deadline to claim it. The deadline to claim the middle-class tax refund is October 17, 2023. This means that you must file your tax return and claim the refund by this date in order to receive it. It is also important to note that the middle-class tax refund is a one-time refund. It is not an ongoing benefit or program. However, it can provide some much-needed relief to middle-class Californians who may be struggling financially due to the pandemic. In conclusion, the tax filing extension and middle-class tax refund are both important issues that taxpayers in California need to be aware of. The extension provides some relief to those who may be struggling to meet their tax obligations due to the pandemic, while the middle-class tax refund provides some additional relief to those who meet the income requirements. If you have any questions about either of these issues, I encourage you to consult with a tax professional or visit the franchise tax.